Welcome to Varsity Voices, the girls basketball tournament edition, and we have moved on to the Class A2 bracket. Is this the most or the least predictable bracket of?
I don't know. It's I think that the top seed here is the favorite. That's kind of why they're the top seeds, right? But I think HFL is a good story, and I think that's you've got a veteran coach that hasn't been back in the winner's circle, his program in 9 years, and Honeoye Falls-Lima coach Steve Willoughby. This is his 29th year. He's been at this a long time. He retired from teaching, James, but he wanted to keep coaching because this is kind of, this is what he loves, he's passionate about it, right?
I was going to say, he still has that passion.
Absolutely. Very animated on the sidelines. And, if the guy wore a sport coat, it'd be on the ground or on his chair. But, if he had a tie, he'd have it unloosened. But I think they're a good story. They're 3 years ago, this team was 3-16. It's a long way back from that. Ooh. And, at the Section 5 luncheon, I spoke to him and the senior guard, Maddie Meehan, about what it took to get the Cougars back from where they were to where they are now. So let's listen to them. Steve, it's been a while since HFL is the number one seed. What does that mean for this program to be back number one?
Well, we're real excited about making the run this year. It's been a tough 3 years. These kids that are starters now have been through the lean years, and now they've gotten to experience something that I think every team aspires to be, and that's the number one seed in sectionals. So we're real excited about all the hard work we put in, and we think that we have a great chance this year.
Everyone on this team really wanted to be number one seed, going from past years not being the best team in our class, but now being the number one seed, we really needed it. A lot of practice, teamwork was definitely key in that. Working together is what really helped.
Key players, Megan Slyman, a senior forward, averaging about 12 points a game and 8 rebounds a game. And we've got Taryn Wilson, our leading scorer. She's up about 17 points a game. But I can't forget about my guard play. I've got some great guards. I've got Emma Gilbert. I've got Maddie Meehan. Those two girls are solid seniors, and you need senior leadership at that position. And then we have a 6-foot sophomore center who's just been steady all year. She leads the team in rebounds and is a force inside.
Okay, the Cougars talking about some of their top players and what it's going to take to win a Section 5 title. It's been since 2008. That's a long time, as we talked about there with Coach Willoughby. And James, there are some. This is a bracket that I don't think there's a lot of challenges, but there's a couple for them, and we'll see. I do think they'll make the final. The other side of the bracket's a little dicier. So, but they start out. Their first game is going to probably be against Batavia.
Yeah.
Batavia, the 8 seed. And there's a little history between these two teams.
Really?
Yeah. So the 2 of the last 3 years, Batavia has beaten HFL and ended their season. And these girls from HFL remember that. So,
yeah.
If you look at that, I think, like I said, Batavia in the bracket probably going to advance to play HFL in one quarterfinal.
We got an all-city matchup for a little bit on the other side.
Yeah, on the other side of the bracket, you got Wilson against School of the Arts. And Wilson's a good story. They're the 2 seed. School of the Arts, a team that won some championships a while back. But you know a little bit about Wilson. I heard they got some really good players.
Yeah, they have a core of players who've been together for about 3 years. They think they can make some noise in this tournament, and they have HFL as the target. Well,
I think they're going to beat School of the Arts. Kamara Muhammad, a senior, another senior, Shania Clark. I hear these players, along with Zaria Hanna, are terrific. She's a 6'1" junior. I think Wilson could make a final here, but I think they're definitely going to go by School of the Arts. On the other quarterfinal, we haven't mentioned yet, Pittsford Sutherland, a team that usually in the mix, right? But it's weird to look down and see them with a losing record. They have experience in the postseason of winning. They're going to play East Irondequoit. I like the Knights there. So it'll be a Wilson-Sutherland semifinal on one side. Geneva-Wayne's kind of a flip a coin there. I mean, you're talking about teams that know each other well.
Oh, yeah.
I tend to lean a little bit here with Geneva. We'll see. Wayne's had a little more success lately. But I think HFL Geneva will match up in one semifinal. In the other semifinal, it's Wilson and Sutherland. And this is where if I had some coins, I would flip them. But... and I've gone both ways on this. Who do you like in that matchup?
I'm going to go with Wilson.
I am actually going to go with Wilson too. I initially was thinking Sutherland. They had some tough losses out of those 11 losses. I've heard good things about these Wilson girls and look forward to seeing them play in the postseason. I'm going to go with, you can't really call it an upset because Wilson, the Wildcats, are the 2 seed, but
Right.
the city, the pedigree in the postseason isn't great.
Right.
I think Wilson's going to get to the final, and I think they're going to face HFL.
Yeah. I think the fact that they can reach the final, they'll be so close to a final, I think that might get them through.
Now, while I don't think HFL has seen this type of quickness that Wilson's going to throw at them, I will say this. HFL's lost 4 games. It's a lot of winning for this group.
Yeah.
Right? Last year, this group was 12-10. I think in those 4 games they lost, twice to Mendon, once to Penfield, and a hiccup game right around the holidays against Hilton that they probably should have won.
That's not bad.
Right?
Hilton's AA.
So 3 of their 4 losses are against number 1 seeds. And I think they've played a pretty good schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, those are a lot. I mean, they've beaten some teams that have lost a lot of games too. But I think they gained something here recently in a 5-point loss to Mendon. They gave Mendon a run.
Yeah.
That showed me something about this team. So while I do think it's a 50-50 shot here in the final, I'm going to go with the Cougars.
Yeah,
Get the Cougars against the what's Wilson Magnet? What are they?
The Wildcats.
The Wildcats. You got the Cougars and the Wildcats, right? I'm going to go with HFL to win the thing. We'll see. It's been a long time for them.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of HFL basketball, so I kind of have a general idea. I'm going to lean toward the team that is the number
And I
1
wonder, I think there's a toughness in those girls.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a team like that, and even though you've lost a 5-point game against a very good team, that can be a confidence booster as well. I mean, you're right there.
I think they've taken their lumps, and this is no discredit to Wilson. I think they've had a terrific season.
Mm-hmm.
The piece you wrote about Edison and Wilson and what they've done for city basketball, and it's been a couple of years since East really was a champion.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. I just think I'm going to go with the girls. I think they played a tougher schedule.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. We don't know everything. If we knew everything, I don't know what the answer to that is. I'd pick the lottery every night. But let's get out of here before we say something even stupider than we have already. For James Johnson, I'm Jeff DiVeronica. Thanks for watching us right here at DemocratandChronicle.com on Varsity Voices Girls Basketball. Hope everyone has a great Section 5 tournament.
See you at the games.